From this post onwards, I want to give a short tidbit about our Hinduism. Something that shouldn't take more than a minute or two. It may or may not be in the context of that day's verses. Today I want to talk about the 24 Sankhyas that are mentioned in our Sanatana Dharma. To begin with, it is the Pradhana, which consists of the Sattvic, Rajas and Tejas, the gunas. Then comes subtle elements, which includes ego, not always necessarily good. So the ego, the intellect or the intelligence, and the mind. Those three. Then come the basic elements: earth, fire, water, air, and ether. Some might call it the dark matter. And then comes the 5 bodily senses: smell, sight, taste, touch, and sound. And then comes the senses, sensory organs that correspond to those, which are essentially the ear, nose, eyes, skin, and the tongue. Finally, the last 5 are the performing organs: voice, that's the sound box, the extremities, legs and arms, 2. Then the reproductive organs and the excretory organs. So those 24 Sankhyas are explained in our system of belief and considered to be created in that order from the soul. The idea supposedly is to reverse the order and get to the soul. That's what we've been hearing from this chapter. So Krishna finally says to Arjuna, and refers to him as the citizen of the world. He says, therefore, having heard me say that desire and your senses are the main things that obstruct you from being a good human, why don't you quell it? Quell that enemy, which is the desire, by controlling your mind and the intellect. Senses are important, he says in the next verse, but not as important as the mind or the intellect, above all the soul. Know that hierarchy and destroy the enemy, that is this desire and the attachment and all other things. That ends this chapter. In my next post, I will summarize it.